Jam on toast!
Hey there, welcome to the Jam. I'm Cameron. I did The Toast is 2, The Fault in Our Stars, the audiobook. Forgive me, this is something a little different again. Maybe once a week I'll be able to pull something like this out. I really want to talk about this because Audible.com, it seems to be a really good service. Now the pricing's a little weird because I think it's like $150 a month for like a bunch of books, because if you're like me and you like to listen to things while you're doing other stuff, I've got YouTube and Hulu and Netflix and the internet in general, plus a watch list longer than my arm. But if I can whittle any of those down at all, Audible is something I want to come back to, and I definitely want to jump into it because there are books I want to read. There are series, and I don't have them on my shelf anymore, but there are series that I miss, and I know I'm a book or two behind on. Like the Southern Vampire novels ended. I didn't know that. I need to catch up. I need to read or listen to the Hunger Games, Game of Thrones, and like Vampire Hunter novels. I don't care if they're basically erotica. The action parts are really what's better. The preternatural stuff. And sometimes the sex plays into that, so be warned. I do have to mention one more thing. There is a user named Beckie O, or it might be 0. I will make sure that she's included, hopefully a annotation or something. She was brave enough to actually speak out against the book. She is someone who has an opinion that she didn't like the book, and it actually broke her heart about his other works, realizing that she doesn't really enjoy John Green as a writer. Now, I've only listened to the one book, so I don't have a huge frame of reference on John, but the backlash that she was getting from the community was horrible. I could not believe it. So many people were calling her stupid, they were calling her a monster, stuff about her getting raped. It was really fucking weird to see that from a Nerdfire community. People who were supposed to be getting rid of the suck and increasing the awesome, let someone have their opinion. She very elegantly, more than I said that word, made her points about it. I'd love to hear what John Green actually has to say about her video, but he won't see this. Or maybe he's already seen that and responded. I don't know. But that's what made me listen to the book. I do plan on seeing the movie eventually. I want to see it at VidCon. I want to see it before VidCon, but not having people to go to the movies with. And just being used to watching things at home and not wanting to take that time to leave and go do that. I will watch it eventually. I will do a proper movie review, but that's the movie, and that's later. This is still the audiobook. The voice actors, I will look her up and try to put her name somewhere. Very good job, very good delivery. I didn't really like it at first. I was like, oh, why isn't John reading this? And if you stay all the way to the end, he explains why. And it actually made a lot of sense, especially since the book is from a female point of view. It's good to have a female voice. And honestly, I think she did a bang-up job. I think she captured a lot of the emotion. I think she did voices where she needed to do voices. And even if she didn't make them sound completely like guys, she made them distinguishable, noteworthy of them being themselves. So that was important. I didn't find the book to be as sad a book as I thought it was going to be, as everyone's made it seem to be. Of course there's feels. I gave you one, Tumblr, leave me alone. But even though these people are dying, they're the two of the most positive cancer-ridden patients ever. Honestly, that really gives the book more of an upbeat because they're looking at the beautiful parts of life, and they're looking, I hate this line that they say over and over again, but they're looking at life as a side effect of death, and I don't like that line, but it makes sense. John put it there with good purpose, and I can totally get behind it. It's a good line for noteworthy purpose. I don't like it. That's not how I picture it, and I get by life. Maybe not the happiest son of a gun ever, but I tend to think that my outlook leaves me happier than I would in the opposite perspective with the same results. I really enjoyed this book. I wish I could remember more individual parts to point out to people and view this chapter by chapter, but unfortunately, it's not a format that I can really do this with, and I'm not going to put a number on this at all because I don't have an established system. My scoring system for movies is quite extensively based, whether you believe it or not. I really hope that I get to read some more of his stuff. There's quite a few other books he did. Um, the particular conflicts that are not spoilers, and I don't want to ruin the book or anyone who is actually watching this and hasn't read it, but the confrontations with her mentor author guy, the fact that Augustus makes such grand gestures in general, but the fact that she made that confrontation, she met somebody she would have at her death tea party, if you will, and it didn't go so well. In fact, it's just a horrible experience for her. Then dealing with death in general. I realize as I'm speaking, I am saying words that I don't want to because I don't want to lead to anyone spoiling things. This is a great experience. I think everyone should experience for themselves and really see what it is. I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. Thank you, John Green, for writing this book. I'm so glad for you that it took off with such success. We even have a movie that I will come back and review later. I hope I'm not so desensitized, and that's the only reason I didn't find it that sad, but I really think that if you can look at the happier bits of the book for what the characters and the author wanted them to be, I think you can enjoy this without tearing up a lot, because there are a couple super emotional parts of the book. But that's it for me. I'm Cameron, and thanks for watching me try to review an audiobook. There will be more of these. Hopefully they'll be better in the future. If you want to see anything else we're up to, go ahead and click the annotations and they'll take you to our other channels.